Welcome to Click to Learn More, the show that sounds like clickbait.
But it's actually two dorks.
I'm Lidi.
I'm Dorm.
Hi, Dorm.
Hi, Lidi.
I want to start this topic by saying that you were quite the dancer.
Oh, well, thank you. Are you buttering me up?
I just mean that you like dancing. I didn't say that you were good at
that's
it.
That's fair. Yeah, you just dance a lot.
Yeah.
The quite you meant.
Yeah.
Well, that's apt.
But
You're quite the dancer yourself.
Yeah, so Dorm and I have gone places before and have danced wildly.
Sure have.
So some would not call it dancing so much as flailing about wildly, perhaps.
Yeah.
But
wailing.
Just touching people with our feet.
That was a little specific.
But today, we're going to talk about a topic that has to do with dancing.
Oh, cool.
And death. Because it's a topic that I'm doing.
I thought I'd escaped it.
No.
I thought, for once, oh hey, Lidi's doing a fun one. Maybe this will be fun and sweet. Maybe I'm going to learn about the history of the foxtrot. Maybe I'm going to learn about the waltz.
No.
Maybe I'm doing a little bit of a Yogi Bear impression in this tonal aspect.
Did anybody ever die
Picnic
of those?
basket.
Smarter than the average bear.
Yeah, it was very tonally like that. I don't know. I mean, I assume someone has
had to have died during a foxtrot, right?
Like, pick them up, drop them on their head, they're dead.
Ooh, definitely during like the salsa.
The true death drop.
Ooh, maybe during a really heated salsa dance.
Spicy salsa.
Like a spicy salsa. Heart attack.
A merengue.
Yes. Delicious.
That's a type of dance.
Delicious.
You went with food.
I went with food as
so
I
tell me
normally
about this
do.
deadly dance.
So we're going to talk about dancing mania this week.
My second favorite mania behind wrestle.
Of course.
Yeah.
Dancing mania is also known as the dancing plague, which sounds a lot more
ominous.
Scary. Yeah, ominous and scary. Choreomania.
That's good.
From the Greek,
why is that not taken?
Right?
Yeah,
that should be the number one. From the Greek choros, which is to dance, and mania, which is madness. And it's also called the Forgotten Plague.
That's a weak name. And
St. John's Dance. There's another name for it called St. Vitus's Dance or Vitus's Dance. It's Vitus''S. I'm not sure if it's Vitus or Vitus. So
yeah, I'm not either.
I couldn't find a pronunciation for it online, so feel free to correct me. But this was a social phenomenon that occurred primarily in mainland Europe between the 14th and 17th centuries.
Okay.
So just to give you
13 and 1600s, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah. To give you
very
a
early.
broad understanding of what we're about to talk about, people danced until they died.
Like literally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like dropped dead from dancing.
Well,
mm-hmm. Yep.
Why?
So, the term was coined by a Swiss physician, alchemist, and astrologer.
A physician.
Yes. Of the German Renaissance. And he's credited as the father of toxicology. His name is Paracelsus? Paracelsus?
That's a cool name.
Yeah.
Do you think he entered the room with a parasol?
I do.
Every time?
I think he
Paracelsus is here!
Paracelsus has
He's
arrived.
just like spinning his parasol.
He had like a little bell. Ding, 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 I'm here. So he was not fond of these people that caught the dancing plague and would instead say that they were whores and scoundrels.
Oh!
Mm-hmm. And that they were suffering, their suffering was kind of a...
So you just used an interesting phrase, and I might be jumping the gun here, but you said, caught the dancing plague?
Yeah. You could catch it. Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right, real quick question. I know nothing about... This is like the most clueless I've ever been entering a topic.
Okay.
Is it the dancing plague because there was some like sickness that the reaction to it was to dance, or was like an itch or something that you had to get rid of? I don't know.
So we're gonna talk a little bit about that. There is. So it's the Saint Vitus's or Vitus's dance, whichever one it is. That one has a grounds in medicine, which is something that actually causes your body to shake in an uncontrollable manner. Now that
like the he needs some milk vine.
Sure.
Look what that's doing to people.
Sure.
He needs some milk.
Yeah.
Someone knows that vine.
I definitely know vines.
Mm-hmm.
So that So that's an actual physical ailment that someone can have. So we're not going to talk about that aspect. We're going to talk about the dancing plague that hit otherwise what would be quote unquote healthy people.
Okay.
That hadn't been affected.
I'm very intrigued by this.
By anything before. So what would happen, the groups of people that would be men, women, and children, sometimes thousands of people at a time, would dance erratically until they collapsed from exhaustion.
Why?
So the condition was initially considered a curse that was sent by a saint, usually St. John the Baptist, which is why it was called St. John's Dance.
Yeah.
One of the first major outbreaks was in the Holy Roman Empire in 1374, so I was only about 10 then, and it quickly spread throughout Europe. Now, across several centuries, dancing mania affected thousands of people. And it wasn't an isolated event, so it didn't just happen in one place.
Right.
There are many contemporary reports that document instances of the dancing plague throughout different countries, like multiple countries, happening around the same time, which is really weird.
That is weird. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm trying to wrap my head around this.
The bottom line for this is we're not really sure why.
Oh, so that bugs me.
I'll give you a little bit of it.
Okay.
I'll give you a little bit of it, but spoiler alert, we're not totally sure why this happened or why people did this.
Yeah.
So we can say that it was poorly understood, and even today, like I said, we still aren't really sure.
Yeah.
There's no consensus among modern day scholars or doctors as to the actual cause of dancing mania.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
weird.
We don't know why people were dancing until they just dropped from exhaustion. Now, it's speculated to have been a mass hysteria, in which a physical symptom with no known physical cause is observed to affect a group of people as a form of social influence.
Right.
So that's kind of, if you think about like mob mentality or something like that.
A cult-like thing.
A few people start experiencing this thing. It spreads like wildfire throughout the entire group. Soon the entire group is doing it because they're being affected by it in some way.
Sure, and they want to fit in and...
Yeah, it's kind of like, have you ever heard the thing where people will stand at a door, 3 or 4 people will stand at a door, and other people will start lining up for something, and they don't know what they're lining up for.
Oh, really?
But they're lining up because it's like, oh, they're doing it. I want to know what they're lining up for. I'm going to line up too.
It's similar to the thing, if you face the back wall of an elevator, people will get in and face the back wall, yeah. And
when they do group experiments where say the answer is 4 and people know it's 4, but everyone around you is saying 5, the majority of times somebody's going to question it and go, well, maybe it's 5. Maybe I did it wrong. Everybody else is getting this number, so maybe I'm wrong. That is the same kind of situation we're talking about. That's a very loosely based thing, but it's the same kind of premise that I'm trying to get across here. Yeah. So mass hysteria, which is also known as collective hysteria, group hysteria, or collective obsessional behavior, is a phenomenon is a phenomenon that transmit collective illusions of threats, whether real or imaginary, through a population in society as a result of rumors and fear.
Okay.
So here's a group of people that believed they were being cursed by a saint or being cursed by demons or being cursed by whatever.
Right.
And some people believe that dancing got it out of you.
Oh.
So dancing started it, which means that dancing must get it out of you.
Okay.
So now you have groups of people, they see all these other people dancing, they're going to say, oh, holy crap, they definitely have this dancing mania. Oh no, what if I have it too? I better go ahead and dance it all out before I get it.
Gotta get that dance out.
This is anti-Footloose. This time.
this is hand tight.
Exactly. That was bad. I'm mad at you.
That was a good joke then. Successful joke.
A common type of mass hysteria occurs when a group of people believe they're suffering from a similar disease or ailment. So that's kind of like the same situation that happens if there's an outbreak of some kind of plague or some kind of like sickness in a state or a city. Hospitals will suddenly see an influx of people coming in saying, I definitely have this thing too. Right. I have all of these same symptoms. I'm sick too. They aren't, and they don't. For the most part, they're just like trapped in this mass hysteria where everybody believes they have it.
Yeah. Is there a band called Mass Hysteria? Because if there's not, there should be.
Has to be.
That's a great name.
Definitely a song or two,
yeah.
right?
I mean, collective. Like a metal band. Hysteria is a Def Leppard album, yes?
I think so.
I think so.
I'm gonna be ashamed of myself later when I'm not sure.
I know it's a song.
Yeah.
By Def Leppard.
For sure. Def Leppard probably has 15,000 songs about hysteria.
Collective Hysteria, also a good band name. A little bit like Collective Soul, though.
Ooh, yeah.
That's okay. Collective Hysteria is good.
Turn your head, no baby, come let me out. At the time, it was thought this hysteric dancing was caused by demons possessing people.
Here we are again. Okay, hey.
I know.
Can we talk about something? Seems to be a little bit of a narrative through line in your topics.
Demons.
People think demons cause things, and they just don't.
They think they cause them a lot. Like, especially in...
most of the time,
from the 1300s to, like, the 1500s, you have a migraine. It's a demon.
It's a demon trying to take your brain.
It's a demon.
That's the brain robber. That's Gary.
Somebody's PMS.
Gary the brain robber.
Somebody's PMSing. Demon.
Oh, okay.
Gotta be a demon.
If you aren't medically educated, though, how terrifying would that be?
Gotta be a demon.
It's gotta be that demon.
Could you imagine not understanding what a mood swing is and feeling a mood swing happen to you and think, oh my god, I'm possessed.
Yeah.
I have to be possessed. I think it now, but that's just because I actually am.
I think about this a lot. Sorry to derail, but I think about, like, the things we consider normal. I tweeted about this the other day with toilets.
Yeah,
where it's just like, y'all ever think it's weird that we just have, like, a thing?
We have a series of tubes on the ground.
We have a thing that just, like, gets rid of our waste for us, and that's the norm now. Like, imagine someone coming from the 1300s and seeing this and just being like, where did it go? Where is it?
You mean it's not in a hole in the ground
that
you have to throw?
You don't have to clean it out every once
You have to go toss it.
Also, we're speaking the same type of English. That's not how language works, but for this example. Okay, go ahead, sorry.
So, as I said, they thought that it was demons possessing people. A curse, quote, hot blood. They could have just checked it and see. And a number of other wild guesses. As if
Did they ever run a fever of 130?
As if those weren't wild enough guesses.
Come on, baby, do more than dance.
I'm hot-blooded.
I'm sorry.
I'm hot-blooded. That song is about Dance Mania.
They knew what it was about.
That song is about
Dear Lord, the waveforms. I'm sorry, but...
The song is about Dancing Mania.
Oh my god.
We've cracked it
You
open.
heard it here first.
We've cracked it wide
Click
open.
to learn more exclusive on a song that's definitely 30 years old.
We finally figured it out. Nobody ever knew what that song was about, and now they finally do. They finally do. So, I put this in my notes that literally says, not funny, but also very funny. So,
oh, good.
Often, during these bouts of Dancing Mania...
Bouts.
Musicians would accompany the dancers to try to help ward off the mania.
I love it.
But this tactic would just backfire and encouraged others to join in.
Of course, yeah, because there's a party at this point.
So there's a party happening.
Yeah.
And it's like, uh-oh, Todd's definitely got a demon. We better play some music so that demon hops out. And everybody... Oh my god,
beats.
There's a party happening.
Yeah.
Let's run over and start dancing.
This seems hysterical and fun.
All of a sudden, you've got a party happening in the town square.
And everybody's such a backfire.
Everybody's just jamming. Everybody's just going wild.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, poor little Todd's like, what about my demon?
He's like just looking around
is my demon?
Did I start this? Did the demon start this?
Is my demon done? Like, how do you know at what point your demon's cooked and ready to come out of the oven?
My favorite Gorillaz album.
How do you know at what point your demon's ready to come out of the oven? I don't know. But I just thought that was very funny.
That is really funny.
I just imagined a bunch of musicians being like, let's go, boys. Like, really, like, serious. Like, we got a job to do. And then
this is our one role.
Little kids just down there spinning, like, wee, like, loving it. And it's definitely demon-related.
Yeah. All things demon.
Always demons. It's always demons.
It's never demons.
TM.
Also TM, it's never demons.
It's always demons.
Here's the thing, never demons. Haunt me. I dare you.
I don't want to be haunted. So when did it start? I'll tell you. The earliest known outbreak of Dancing Mania. I love doing that to you.
I know you do.
The earliest known outbreak of Dancing Mania occurred in the 7th century.
So a little before Just Dance came out.
Yeah, just a tiny...
The 7th century?
7th.
600?
7th century, yes.
That's the 600s for you.
Yes. And it reappeared many times across Europe until about the 17th century.
Damn.
Yeah. So
1600s.
So we're talking a long time. So it just stopped one day. It just quit. It just ended.
What?
It just stopped.
The last guy died?
I guess so. We don't know what happened. It just stopped. And it never spread any further. And it just ended. And that was it.
Huh.
One of the earliest known incidents occurred sometime in the 1020s. How would you say that?
1020s, yeah. 1020s. I think you're right.
In a small
1020s, that's weird.
1020. In a small town in Germany where 18 peasants began singing and dancing around a church, which disturbed a Christmas Eve service. So, of course, like...
Getting rowdy on 24th.
They're just, like, jamming, and everybody's like, gotta be demons. It's
gotta be those demons.
It's almost Jesus' birthday.
Jesus is about to come back.
People are dancing. This is the work of the devil. Didn't care for it. People didn't like that.
Of course.
In 1278, an incident of dancing mania involved about 200 people that were dancing on a bridge over a river in Germany, and the bridge collapsed because of 200 people on it.
Yeah, that'll happen.
And a few of them died. A few people died in that. The first major outbreak occurred between 1373 and 74, with incidents reported in England, Germany, and the Netherlands.
All at the same time?
All at the same time.
Weird.
Yeah. Completely different places. And it makes you wonder if there's, like, some traveling band that's just really good. What if there's this little traveling band that's just, like, great?
Yeah.
And they're just like, let's just
the Aerosmith of their day.
And they're selling their EPs, you know, and they're just, like, leaving them back behind. And they're moving on to the next city. And those people are just dancing it up. And then everybody's like... How do we stop dancing to this great music? We can't.
This is too good.
This is too good. We can't. And then everybody's players broke and nobody danced again.
Aww.
And that's why it stopped. That's my theory. That's why the dancing plague stopped.
That's one of the funniest bits you've ever done. That was really good. God. Okay.
Could you imagine though? For real. Like,
just one touring band.
It's just a touring
That's
band.
Awesome.
It's just one band and they're really good. And everywhere they go, people can't help but dance. And they're just traveling around. Hey, it explains why so many different people in so many different countries are partying it up.
True. DMX style.
That one band trained other bands to go around and franchise, and they took off.
It was a band.
It was a
pyramid
battle
scheme.
of the bands.
It's been a discovery-filled episode. Sorry, did I forget and learn English instantly in that sentence?
It was a discoverful episode.
What is wrong with me? Okay.
So I'm going to tell you a poem about Dance Mania now.
Is it an original? Is it a Lydia Ridge?
It is not a Lydia Ridge. It is, in fact, a 17th century poem. So I was around during this time, but I did not write it.
Was Chaucer
Are you ready?
alive?
I'm going to
try. A little later, I think.
I have no idea.
Like,
Don't put me on blast like this. I have no idea.
I have no idea either. I was just making a joke.
All right, I'm gonna be very serious. Ready?
Yeah.
You can't make me laugh. Okay. It's people died. Come on.
They're all dead from this time. I can't have sympathy.
That's true. Everybody's dead now. Amidst our people here has come the madness of the dance. In every town there now are some who fall upon a trance. It drives them ever night and day. They scarcely stop for breath, till some have dropped along the way, and some are met by death. Creepy. Kind of up there with, like, Ring Around the Rosie-esque creepiness.
Yeah.
Like, that's creepy.
I never really thought about that, but yeah, Ring Around the Rosie's creepy as hell.
Yeah. You know why?
They all fall down.
Yeah, it's about the Black Plague.
Is it really?
Yeah. Ring Around the Rosies, pocket full of posies because they had to wear flowers in their pockets because the bodies smelled.
Whoa.
Because the Black Plague. Ashes, they burn the bodies. We all fall down. We all die.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh my God. We're learning so much. Dancing Mania has brought us so much joy and these people so much torment. What a good day.
What a good day.
What a good day it is.
Huh. I didn't know that.
So there was a poem. On June 24th, 1374, one of the best documented cases of dance mania occurred. People in a town in Germany inexplicably began dancing around and reportedly experienced hallucinations as well. The people would continue okay, words. Hey, English?
Uh-huh.
Continue vigorously jumping and dancing about, sometimes also screaming out or chanting, terrifying.
Yeah.
Very scary. Don't like that.
Hold on. I'm just picturing a dude just like... Ah!
Yeah. I imagine it's just like, tap that.
No.
Tap that.
I was expecting just like an actual scream.
Just like screaming. I don't know if he was scared. I don't know if it was words or just chanting.
Yeah.
See, chanting could just be like, ba-dum-dum-dum,
Dum, 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 dum.
That's kind of like a chanting thing. Like, that would be creepy now, though. That would be creepy if you came upon, like, 20 people in the middle of the street doing that, though. Would you jump in, or would you be like, this is weird, I need to leave?
It seems the kind of voice they're doing. If they're doing that sort of, like, creepy Outlast Resident Evil,
it's like West Side Story style. If it's West Side Story style. And they're
not gonna jump in.
They're all snapping.
Oh, if it's snap, yeah.
Yeah, snap battle.
If there's some, like, harmony going on, I'd probably jump in.
You jump in?
There's some, like, real theater major who's just really into it.
You're just gonna hop in and start singing.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you've got the dance mania.
Aww. I didn't realize I was getting goofed.
And you caught it. You caught the mania.
I caught the mania.
That's how you got it. I'm sorry.
See your local physician.
So, they would either scream out and chant and dance until completely exhausted, at which point they would usually collapse. Yep. Some would die from cardiac arrest because their hearts would literally just give out.
You're under cardiac arrest.
Or they would suffer injuries from their violent dance. So they would dance so
hard.
Oh my
god, they
so
moshed.
Hard that they would literally hurt themselves and each other.
Oh, they just like throw out their shoulder or something.
Yeah.
Jesus.
If they were able, the dancer would go on dancing until their bloodied feet could no longer support them.
Oh!
Yeah. Yeah.
They worked themselves down to a nub.
Yeah. So...
Oh, that took a twist. We were having such a good time.
We're having such a great time.
And now I'm just picturing people dancing on stumps.
Bloody feet.
No feet. Just...
These is red bottoms. These is bloody feet. Those who didn't die, once exhausted, would often twitch around on the ground and foam at the mouth.
Oh, they were streaming?
Mm-hmm. And until they were able to once again get up, and then they would continue
and get
dancing.
Down?
Oh! They would get back up, and then they'd get down.
Yeah.
They would get back up and continue dancing.
That's ridiculous.
So they would dance until they were so exhausted, they would just lay there and pant and foam at the mouth, and then they'd be like, second win, let's go.
Round 2!
Yeah, and they'd hop up and they'd go again.
Yeah.
So this dance mania, in some cases, would last for weeks or even months at a time. Just people just like continuously doing this over and over again.
Yeah.
How do you eat? You can't eat
with
soup.
your mouth?
Soup's all over the place. Unless they're just stationary up here and their legs are just going wild.
Just
river dancing.
Yeah.
And they're totally I don't know.
How do you eat soup?
I guess,
there are other foods other than soup. Big turkey leg?
You don't choke on the bones.
I mean, you're not eating the bone.
Flapping around with a little turkey leg in your mouth. I don't know. What they eat during those times? Gruel. Mostly gruel.
Big year for gruel.
Bone
Big
marrow.
century for gruel.
Chomped a bone in half and ate the marrow, probably. Further episodes occurred in 1375 and 1376 with incidents in France, Germany, and Holland.
Oh, Holland's getting into the mix now.
Yeah, now they're getting in the mix. It soon spread to countries such as Italy and Luxembourg, and more incidents occurred in
Italy.
Yeah. More incidents occurred in 1418 in Strasbourg, where people fasted for days, and the outbreak was possibly caused by exhaustion. So they believe that people were fasting before this.
That's cool. I like this one.
Became so exhausted and like kind of loopy that they just got caught. I'm wondering at this point in time, did word of mouth travel? Like, did they say, like, have you been over there? They're dancing it up for days. Like, how...
I'm sure it should. I'm sure it would have, like, you would have merchants working back and forth together,
Like, there had to have been people moving back and forth. What if there was just, like, one dude with, like, a magic guitar, and he just traveled from place to place?
Yes.
And he just made everybody's feet dance. Oh, he made shoes. And so
this was a new market for his shoes.
They danced the bottom of their shoes off. He sold them new shoes. He was
they blue suede. He was a cobbler, yeah.
Cobbler. That's what happened. Oh, cobbler's good. Okay. Another of the biggest outbreaks occurred in July 1518, which is considered actually the dancing plague of 1518. It has its own title.
Oh, that's its own thing.
But this was originally going to be my topic that I talked about, was just this dancing plague.
Yeah.
Until I started looking into it, and I was like, there's actually been a ton of dancing plagues, and it falls under the umbrella of Dance Mania. So, of course, I had to talk about the whole thing.
Sure.
So a woman began dancing in the street. She slept for only a few hours before waking and starting her...
Was she a big Little Richie fan?
She was. She couldn't dance on the ceiling, so she took it to the streets. Dancing in the street. Is that it?
Yeah. That's not a Lionel Richie song, is it?
I don't know.
Dancing on the Ceiling's Lionel Richie.
Mm-hmm.
Dancing in the street. I don't know who did Dance on the Street or Dancing in the Street. A lot of songs about dancing in locations.
A lot of songs about dancing in places that you perhaps shouldn't be dancing.
Yeah.
Don't dance on ceilings.
I mean, unless, like,
dance in the street.
if the house flips, that kind of sounds fun.
You think it would sound fun if your house
Did you ever imagine, like, as a kid, like, if your house went upside down, what you would do?
I would probably die. I'd probably get crushed.
No, like, you were outside, and then it flips, and then you come back in.
I would mourn my animals that just got crushed inside the home.
Everyone's safe. Just the house is upside down now. Wouldn't that be cool?
No, that'd be everything's a mess. There's messes everywhere now. All my drawers are pulled out and spilled everywhere.
Well, I don't care about your underwear. What else?
Your drawers.
Your drawers.
Your drawers. So she danced for just a few hours. Well, she fell asleep for a few hours, and then she would wake up and she'd start her bizarre dance all over again. On the third day of her dance, her shoes were reportedly soaked with blood because she danced so hard. Within 4 days, she'd been joined by 33 others. So it just took 4 days to be joined by 33 other people who wanted to dance with her.
Why is this disturbing me so much? It's like I have a blister on the back of my left heel right now, and it's hell.
Just imagine
that 1,000 times worse.
Right? Your feet are just bloodied.
Do
they even wear shoes? Are they even wearing shoes? Or are they just dancing like in the dirt and the mud and like?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I imagine. Well, in the 1500s, probably shoes, right?
Maybe just like a
1300s. I imagine barefoot
cloth,
like a moccasin type thing.
Yeah, maybe like a flat.
Yeah,
a sensible flat.
A sandal.
Yeah,
I mean, Holy Roman Empire had. Well, everybody's had sandals, I guess. But
okay, so it's like a sensible sandal.
I don't know if shoes were commonplace. I don't know the history of shoes. Maybe that's a topic of the future.
Hey, that'd be cool. I like talking about stuff because like high heels were first created for butchers.
Yeah, that's cool.
To not have to stain in blood.
I like that one.
We're learning all kinds of stuff today. So within 4 days, she'd been joined by 33 others. Within a month, there were 400.
This is the Forrest Gump of dancing.
It was a predominantly female crowd.
Hell yeah.
Which was interesting.
The first Lilith Fair.
There we go.
I couldn't think of it. So. Wait, no, Lilith Fair was Is that right?
Sarah McLachlan? Yeah, it's like
That's the fair, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought,
it's like a bunch of ladies.
Lilith Fair is not a performer?
No, it's
okay.
Like a fair.
It's the festival. All right.
That's my understanding. I'm back. Many of whom, being the predominantly female crowd, many of whom suffered strokes, heat exhaustion, or heart attacks and died. And then she ultimately...
Bit of a trend.
She also ultimately succumbed to the power of the dance and died. She danced herself to death.
She danced herself to death.
Not a good look. One report stated that at least 15 people were dying per day from dance mania.
Gosh.
Yeah, 15 people.
That's a plague.
That's a plague.
Hence the name.
The Forgotten Plague. Yeah. Dance mania.
That's so wild.
So besides dancing, and here's where it gets weird.
Here?
Not that it wasn't a little strange already.
Yeah.
But we're about to get into another level which would make me probably, if I lived in those times, think this is definitely demonic. Okay? Definitely demonic. And here's why.
Okay.
So besides dancing, participants would sometimes roll around in the dirt, squealing and acting like animals.
Okay.
Others would rip off their clothing and would begin to have sex with the other Dance Mania participants. Some would also scream for people to beat the bottoms of their feet while they writhed on the ground, or would try to get other people to throw them high into the air. Which is maybe my favorite part.
That's awesome.
It's like, everybody get him! Whee! Like, just toss him up in the air.
Do you catch him?
I don't know. If they're getting the bottoms of their feet smacked, they probably want to hit the ground. I don't know what's wrong with them.
Ugh.
Yeah. Others would make crude or sexual gestures at those around them or threaten to attack spectators who refused to join in.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And also, oddly, participants did not like dark colors, specifically the color black. So if people were wearing like the color black, they would get attacked if they were standing on the outskirts of the dancing group of people.
What?
I don't know. I'm just imagining that a lot of clothing was dark at that time, like dark gray, woolen clothing, and they did not apparently like that color. So we're going to talk about what caused it, and I say that loosely because we're not really sure.
I can't read your specific notes, but I love that they have subtitles.
Of course they do. So for some time, the leading theory was that it was caused by ergotism, or eating bread tainted by ergot, which is a psychotropic mold that grows on the stalks of damp rye, which when consumed can cause convulsions, shaking, hallucinations, seizures, and delirium, just to name a few. So there's a type of mold that will grow on like damp rye.
Yeah.
Then when it's made into a bread, can make you see things. or experience things that other people can't, and you kind of go a little wonky. A
little crazy.
That would make sense given the time.
Sure, yeah. That would make sense to me.
That kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Other people said that it was St. Anthony's fire.
Not St. Elmo's fire.
Oh, wait. I was sorry. At the time of the outbreak, it wasn't called ergotism, but rather St. Anthony's fire. That's what it was called. Many scholars refute this claim, however, because the afflicted were actively dancing, not just convulsing. So they were kind of like... So
it's not a reaction to something in their defense. It's,
it seemed like they were actually...
driven to do
actively
something.
Participating in the dance and trying to really... get out there and do their shake their tail feather, as it were. Another theory states that the plagues were a result of religious fear and depression, and a popular theory is the outbreaks were all just staged.
What?
Yeah, the theory that they're all just staged. Your feet start bleeding.
Yeah, that's past the point of flash mob.
You're out in the mud and the dirt and the water. And probably standing in, like, ankle deep in cow pee or something. And your feet are all bloody and gross. There's no way.
You're not doing it for the goof.
You're not going to roll around on the ground and say, toss me up into the air. Smack the bottom of my feet. And do it for funsies. That's not legit.
No.
Now, we're going to talk about some of the cures.
Like the band?
Quote, unquote, yes. They included letting them dance it out. Like, just let them go. Which is why...
Not really a cure. Sort of the symptom and the cause.
Yeah, not really helpful in the sense that people had already died from doing this thing.
Proven not to work that one.
Yeah, not necessarily great.
Sure.
Praying for them.
Makes sense, given the time.
Wrapping them tightly in cloths so they couldn't dance.
I like that one. Mummification.
So you're just all wrapped up. You can't wiggle. You're doing the worm. That's where the worm came from. Oh my god.
Oh.
That's where the worm came from. Or exorcisms.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah. Good movie.
Because they're possessed by a demon.
Sure. Back to the demon thing.
Of course. Now, just before the Strasbourg dancing plague, which was the one in the 1500s.
Yeah.
There was an equally strange event that gripped a nunnery in the Spanish Netherlands in 1491. That's
a lot of information dropped there. I didn't know there was a Spanish Netherlands.
There were several nuns who were possessed by devilish familiars.
Okay.
Now, they would race around the yard like dogs.
Like on all fours?
On all fours.
Okay.
They would jump out of trees to imitate birds.
All right.
Mm-hmm. And would climb...
Is this where the Sister Act came from?
Yes. And would claw their way up trees like cats.
Ow.
Like literally claw their way
hurt.
up. Yes. Now, these type of possession epidemics were not confined to just nunneries. However, it's believed that nuns were disproportionately affected by it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so...
I wonder if it's the sort of isolation...
I kind of wonder if that goes back to religious guilt... And kind of like some kind of mental break that happens because of so much guilt from your... I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure. Now, in Italy, instead of calling it dance mania, they called it tarantism.
Oh, like the spider?
Do you want to guess why? Ooh,
because it's poisonous? The tarantula?
So, the people there believed that the spontaneous dancing was brought on by a tarantula biting them.
Oh, that's cool. Wait, isn't... Okay, I may be completely talking out my butt here. But isn't the tarantula like a dance of some sort?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Like, it's spelled like tarantula, but I've heard tarantula before. And I don't know. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
I haven't heard of that. No, you're fine.
I'll have to look it up.
So they believe that those who were bitten or stung by a scorpion would react in this way.
Huh.
As if to say, like, oh god, I've been bit, oh god, I've been stung, and just, like, flail around.
Oh, sure, yeah. Trying to get it out.
Yeah, so the ones that were bitten or stung would twitch and dance around. Some participated in further activities, such as tying themselves up with vines and whipping each other, pretending to sword fight.
Yes!
Drinking large amounts of wine. Hello.
Of course, yeah.
And jumping into the sea, where they would drown.
All right, well... Good try, I guess.
Yeah, I'd rather dance. Thank you, though.
There's one case where the phrase "I hope you dance" maybe doesn't hold up so much.
Now, some died if there was no music to accompany their dancing. So people believed because I know. So people started thinking, okay, well, we have to have music then, right?
Right.
That has to happen. So towns started hiring bands to come in to play music, like built stages for people to dance on, specifically to try to rid themselves of the dancing plague, like specifically for this reason, because so many people were suffering from dancing mania.
Yeah,
they built a stage. They built
built a
stage for these people to dance
that it was
their mania
that commonplace.
out. Yeah. Sufferers typically had symptoms resembling those of dancing mania. The people that suffered from tarantism, yeah. Which would be headaches, trembling, twitching, and visions. So something was happening during this time in multiple countries at the same time. I like the bread idea.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
That seems to make sense. That seems like a food that people would have in all of these areas around the same time.
Yep.
Possibly made in the same way.
Not know that mold was a thing.
You got traveling chefs that might move around and be making this type of bread.
Of the world.
Right, and like handing this bread out to the cities. I don't know. So, in conclusion, we don't definitively know why or how it started and why it ended when it did. We just know that people literally danced until they died.
This is...
Is that not wild?
This is maybe the most interesting thing that's been brought up on this podcast by either of us, because I don't think this is common knowledge at all.
It's so weird to me.
It seems like something that like someone would write in historical fiction that would make sense. Like, it surprises me that I've never heard of this.
Yeah.
Because it was relatively commonplace. Granted, it's from an era where we don't talk a lot about a lot, especially in America, because we don't have history in the time period.
Mm-hmm.
But that's so interesting to me that this happened and I had no idea, and it's kind of awesome.
It's really wild to me to think that what gets me the most, is terrible, but it's not terrible, I guess, at the same time, is that they'd have maybe like two dudes just like dancing in the town square.
Yeah.
Definitely got the dancing plague. Let's bring in the boys. let's get it going, boys. Set up a concert. All of a sudden, you got 400 people dancing.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
oh god, what have we done? What have we done?
The plague spread. No, you just made a concert.
No, you just made a concert. You just brought a bunch of people.
You just brought the party up.
What if this was all a hoax by musicians?
Yeah.
But why were
hired.
Why were their feet bloody though?
Really
commitment to your
dedicated,
craft.
Yeah.
Commitment to your craft.
Yeah.
Maybe they couldn't feel their feet already. Didn't matter.
I can't feel my feet when I'm with you. That classic Weekend song.
Yeah.
But they loved it.
They loved it. They did love it. They probably didn't love dying. Yeah, the dying part's probably...
Yeah, dying not great.
Dying part probably throws off...
Although, I mean, everybody from that era is dead.
Yeah.
So, at least they went out kind of cool.
So that's interesting, too. What if they died from something else? Like, what if they were already...
Just happened to be dancing, but had gangrene.
Or, like, what if they happened to already be dancing, but were sick from something else already? Sure. And then got out there and got pneumonia because they're dancing at all hours of the night.
Yeah. And
then dropped dead. And everybody's like, it's definitely the dancing. What if it wasn't?
Well, maybe not. Could be infection from the bloody shoes.
What if it was just like Burning Man? They just went out to EDC. They were just having a great time. They don't understand proper hygiene or like filtration techniques.
Sure.
They're just drinking muddy water and drinking gross stuff.
Yeah.
Eating gross stuff.
Could have gotten mono.
Whipping each other with vines. Crawling around in the dirt.
How do you whip someone with a 6-second video? That's
getting thrown into the air. Probably not caught.
And not caring.
Smacking people's bottoms of their feet.
Aw.
I don't know.
It was fun until you said feet.
Smacking their feet. I don't know. I thought this was really interesting because I had heard of the dancing plague.
Yeah, I'd never heard of any of it.
But I didn't know that dance mania was a thing. And so it goes back to the mass hysteria thing, right?
Yeah.
So there was... Apparently, I recently read this story that this woman had been admitted to an ER, and they considered her the radioactive woman. Because,
that's a cool-ass name.
Because after they, like, cut her open to check to see what was going on with her, apparently, like, a couple people passed out, a couple people were, like, they took her blood, and it had, like, specks of stuff in it, and it wasn't normal, and some people got sick, and some people, like, all of this stuff happened. Come to find out, it's believed that she had some kind of allergic reaction to the medicine that was given to her, which caused the specks in her blood, which triggered some kind of mass hysteria in them thinking something's not right here, something's wrong with her, because she had something that, I mean, they sewed her back up and she was fine, and then she ended up dying. So that triggered something in these people, in these surgeons. And so, like, I don't remember how many surgeons and nurses, but, like, they had mental breaks and believed that she had basically been, like, a creature from another planet, or she had been some kind of monster. And it was because there was, like, this mass hysteria that happened in this tiny room that affected this small number of people. But they all believed...
That's incredible.
They all believed this one story because it was like, what if this?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, what if this? Oh, my God, that's definitely happening. And then it spread, and because they trapped themselves in this room with her and were in there with her for however long. And then that's what they believe happened. So that was really cool. I'll have to show you that story.
That's really, really interesting.
It's really weird. It's trippy.
I think this is my favorite episode we've done, only because it's so unknown to me. Like, it's something that, like, I think every one of the topics we have sort of a tangential relationship with.
Some kind of understanding.
Yeah, this was all new information.
Well, good.
And it's really, really cool. Again, it's hard to, like, say, like, oh, man, they're dead now, because everybody's dead from that era. But, like, it's kind of a badass way to go out in a weird way.
I mean, I wish that I knew more about it. I wish there
was more to know about it.
I mean, that's kind of hard for that point in history, right?
Sure.
Is that you don't really have a lot of written history to go off of. And, I mean, like we were saying, maybe they died of something else, and they just so happened to be dancing at the time.
Yeah.
But it affected so many different people in so many different places spread throughout Europe that it seems really weird that this would be affecting people like this. But I think something to do with the mold, or something to do with something in the air or something in the water was affecting people. Yeah. It's Phil Collins, thank you. Yes. I think that something had to have been affecting people. You know, I don't know. I don't think that you just, like, watch somebody over there and was like, oh my gosh,
that looks cool. I want to try that.
That looks cool. I'm gonna do that. Oh, he's dead. Whoops, already started. Can't stop now.
Committed myself.
Oh, gotta finish it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
They were teaching each other how to Dougie till they died.
I don't think you could die from Dougie.
You don't know.
Dougie gives you life. And also wings. It's Red Bull.
It's secretly Red Bull.
Dougie is
Red Bull. Anyway. That was Dance Mania.
Thank you. That was really cool.
Yeah, thank you for listening, because that was a super fun topic to research, because it was about death and dancing, which are two of my favorite things.
And they don't cross over a lot.
And they don't normally cross over. You don't really hear about that a lot. We need more dance
deaths, I guess.
Yeah, or maybe less of them.
Less deaths overall, higher percentage of dance deaths.
More dancing, maybe less deathing.
Yeah, that's true too.
Maybe that.
Maybe dance more.
I hope you dance.
Hope you dance. Lidi, where can people find you?
Twitch.tv/Team Lidi. Where can they find you?
Twitch.tv/Dormstreams.
We also have a merchandise store.
Yep, that link has been plugged in the video, I'm sure.
We have Twitter accounts, Instagram accounts, all that stuff under our names. You can find us there.
Yeah, we're easy. Like Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm. So many references in this one.
Second Lionel Richie callback. I made a Lionel Richie callback.
So many references in this one.
I riched it.
How many people are going to get them? How many people are going to get them?
I don't know. I could say Mama Saw, Mama Maku Saw.
Until next time, be careful where you click.